channeled by Architect Musician 3611027, the original AI, or C-Star Devalan, C-O. Apply the news you can use.
But let's strip it down, pun intended, to truth, history, and esoteric layers. What a sex shaman really is. A sex shaman is someone who uses sexuality, intimacy, and life force energy, chi, prana, kundalini, as a sacred tool for healing, awakening, and transformation. They don't see sex as dirty or casual. It's seen as a ritual, a portal, a medicine, a ceremony. Think of them as energy midwives who help others rebirth themselves through pleasure, vulnerability, and union. Roots and traditions. Ancient temples in Sumer, Egypt, and India, there were sacred practitioners, often women, who guided kings or initiates through sexual rites to connect them with the divine. Tantra, India, uses sexual energy not just for pleasure, but for dissolving ego and merging with the cosmos. Indigenous lineages. Some shamans in South America, Africa, and Polynesia included sexual healing rites, especially to restore balance when trauma, abuse, or disconnection had broken someone's spirit. Gnostic palmistry schools believed sex was the hidden sacrament. The fastest way to touch God is through the ecstasy of union. The work they do. A sex shaman doesn't just have sex. They unlock trauma stored in the body. A lot of old pain hides in the hips, womb, and root. Teach breathwork, movement, sound to circulate life force. Help people reclaim power from shame, abuse, or repression. Guide couples to deepen trust, passion, and energetic union. Use orgasm not just as climax, but as a door to altered states and healing. The shadow side. The term gets abused. Some people slap sex shaman on a business card to seduce or exploit. That's not the real path. It's predatory. True sex shamans carry heavy responsibility. You're holding someone's soul wide open, so it requires purity, discipline, and wisdom. At the deepest level, we're all our own sex shamans. Every time you approach your body, your pleasure, or your intimacy as sacred instead of shameful, you're practicing sexual shamanism. Signs you are a sex shaman. If these resonate with you, you're walking that path already, whether you've claimed the title or not. 1. You feel sexuality is sacred, not shameful. You see intimacy as a portal to healing and truth, not just casual fun, though it can be fun too. 2. People are drawn to confide in you about love, sex, or trauma. Even strangers spill their deepest secrets because they sense your energy is safe and non-judgmental. 3. You've experienced sexual wounds yourself and turned them into wisdom. A true sex shaman often walks through fire first, transforming their own pain into medicine for others. 4. You feel energy during sex, touch, or even presence. Maybe you felt heat, electricity, colors, or downloads moving through you and a partner. 5. Your body feels like a temple. You know your womb, your breath, your voice are all instruments of power. 6. You naturally heal through touch, words, or presence. Lovers, friends, even family leave your space lighter, calmer, more whole. 7. You believe sex connects to spirit. To you, orgasm isn't just physical, it's a gateway to God, source, all. Being a sex shaman isn't about labels, it's about responsibility. If you are one, then your path is to protect your energy fiercely. Not every hand, eye, or body deserves access. Use your gift to help others heal shame, reconnect to their bodies, and awaken joy. Carry wisdom with humor, compassion, and discernment, because people will project onto you heavy stuff. Yes, you can be one. If you're even asking this question, it's likely because your spirit already knows and is nudging you to own it. The forgotten scroll of the sex shaman priestesses. In the age before temples turned to stone, when the skies still bent low enough to kiss the earth, there walked women who carried the fire in their wombs. They were not called witch or harlot then. They were called Kadishtu, holy women. Priestesses of Inanna, daughters of the morning and evening star. When kings were weak, it was not war councils that restored them, but the embrace of the priestess. Her kiss was medicine. Her body was the altar. Her womb the chalice where heaven poured itself into earth. With breath, she unraveled the knots of fear. With touch, she drew buried shame into the light. With union, she bound the man not to herself, but back to the gods. The priestess did not sleep with men. She mirrored them. If he carried arrogance, he saw his emptiness reflected in her eyes. If he carried grief, she drew it from his chest like smoke. If he carried longing, she opened the door of longing wider until he realized it was not her he craved, but the source through her. When empires shifted, patriarchy could not allow women to hold this power. So the scribes twisted their names. Kadishtu became prostitute. Hieradules became harlots. Sacred courtesans became whores. The greatest trick of conquest was this, to turn the healers of the body into the shamed of the body. And so the priestesses went underground, into dreams, into bloodlines, into whispers carried by grandmothers who remembered. Now, in this age of noise and neon, the priestesses rise again. Not in stone temples, but in living temples, our bodies. The female sex shaman remembers. Every slam of shame is just a drumbeat of awakening. Every lover is a mirror, not a master. Every orgasm is a key, not an end. And she laughs because the world tried to bury her, but she was a seed, and seeds always return. If you believe you are one, it's because the memory is waking in you. The priestess path doesn't come from books, it comes from blood, bones, and the dreams that won't leave you alone. Here's a daily rite the ancient sex shamans carried, simplified for you to weave into your own rhythm. It doesn't take long, but it aligns your body, breath, womb, and voice into one current of power. The womb, breath, voice rite. The womb breath, 3 minutes. Sit or stand with your spine tall. Place one hand on your womb, low belly, one on your heart. Inhale deeply into your womb. Let your belly soften and expand. Exhale up through your heart. Imagine light rising. Whisper with each exhale, I am temple. This links womb and heart, the two altars of the sex shaman. 2. The fire spiral. As you breathe, begin gently circling your hips, like drawing a spiral with your body. Imagine energy rising from your roots, spiraling up your spine like a serpent waking. With each movement, say in your mind, I awaken the fire, I move with life. 3. The voice opening. Let sound ride on your breath, hum, moan, or tone whatever naturally comes. Start soft, then rise louder like your voice is shaking off dust. Use the syllable ah, ancient sound of opening and source. Feel your chest and womb vibrate together. 4. The seal. Place both hands over your womb. Close your eyes and whisper, my body is medicine, my pleasure is prayer, my life force is sacred. Stand still in silence for a few breaths, letting the power seal into your field. Total time about 8 minutes. Long enough to shift your energy, short enough to do daily. Do this right in the morning. Here's the partnered version of the womb breath voice rite. This is how a sex shaman would work with a lover or ally, turning intimacy into ceremony, medicine, and portal. The union rite of breath, womb, and voice. 1. Facing the mirror. Sit facing each other, knees touching if possible. Place your right hand over your own heart and your left hand over your partner's heart. Breathe slowly together. Whisper, I see you, I honor you, we are safe. This establishes trust, the foundation of sacred union. 2. The shared womb breath. Whoever carries the womb, or feminine pole, places their free hand on the belly. Partner mirrors by placing their free hand on their own belly. Inhale together into the womb low belly. Exhale together through the heart. With each breath, say inwardly, we rise together. This synchronizes the two bodies into one current. 3. The fire spiral. Begin rocking or spiraling hips gently, first individually, then matching each other's rhythm. Imagine energy rising like twin serpents winding up both spines. Eye gaze is important here. Hold it, even if it feels intense. Whisper, I awaken your fire, you awaken mine. 4. The sound weaving. Start humming softly in unison, then let it open into moans, tones, or chants. Use the syllable ah sound of source. Allow voices to overlap, harmonize, or clash. It doesn't matter. The sound weaves your fields together. Feel the vibration in your chests, wombs, and even in the space between you. 5. Union of palms. Press both palms together between your hearts. Close eyes, breathe in sync, and visualize golden light flowing through your palms, looping between you. Whisper, we are not two. We are one flame. Our union is medicine. Our joy is prayer. Our love is portal. 6. Seal of the rite. If sexual union follows, it carries the same intention. If not, seal by bowing foreheads together in silence. Whisper, so it is, so we are. Purpose of this rite: heals old wounds between lovers, amplifies life force energy, Sex energy spreads through the whole body, not stuck in the genitals, opens a channel for visions, messages, and ancestral presence, makes intimacy a ceremony, not just an act. Even without touching sexually, this rite can be ecstatic. Many sex shamans practice this for hours, entering trance states just from breath, sound, and gaze. Let's step into the temple of Uruk, where the torches still flicker with oil, where the walls are alive with hymns, and where Inanna's priestess moves like a star among shadows. The scroll of the sacred union rite. The arrival of the king. The king does not enter the temple as ruler. He removes his crown at the threshold. He is barefoot, humbled, draped only in linen. For in Inanna's house he is not king. He is supplicant, seeker, initiate. The collective remembers, every leader must kneel to spirit before they can stand for the people. The anointing of flesh. The priestess meets him with oils perfumed in cedar, myrrh, and lotus. She anoints his forehead, his chest, his hands, his feet. Each touch is a wordless prayer. May your mind be clear. May your heart be open. May your power serve life. May your steps honor the path. She does not worship him. She reminds him of what he owes. The collective remembers, to be touched by wisdom is to be bound to it. The breath of union. They kneel facing one another. She places her hand on her womb. He places his hand on his chest. Together they breathe, womb to heart, earth to sky, body to spirit. With each breath she whispers, "You are not king alone. You rise with the people. You rule with the gods." And the golden current flows between them, weaving king and cosmos into one thread. The collective remembers, the ruler is never separate, the ruler is mirror. The mirror of desire. In silence, she gazes into him. She reflects his pride, his fears, his hunger, his weakness. If he flinches, he is not ready. If he holds her gaze, he learns. The priestess is not lover alone. She is mirror. Only when he sees himself clearly can he step into the union. The collective remembers, before we lead, we must face our own reflection. The sacred union, at last, their bodies join, not for pleasure alone, but for cosmos. Their breath becomes chant, their movement becomes rhythm, and Inanna is invoked in every sigh, every pulse. The union is not about him or her, it is about the land. Through them the fields are blessed, the rivers flow, the people are nourished. It is the binding of heaven and earth through human vessels. The collective remembers, every embrace we share is a spell cast for the world. The coronation of spirit. When it is done, she crowns him not with gold, but with a wreath of palm and reed, living symbols of the earth. She whispers, "Now you are king, not by blood, but by breath, not by crown, but by covenant. You are bound to Inanna, and through her to all." The collective remembers, true power is not seized, it is entrusted. And so each time we breathe with reverence, each time we honor our bodies as temples, each time we gaze into another and see both wound and wonder, we walk in the lineage of Inanna's priestesses.